Hello, welcome to my craft room. My name is Heather and I am the Crime Scene Knitter, and I had very good intentions today of writing a script and creating some content to film. I had very good plans, but what I've done instead is said I'm going to do zero prep work, and I'm going to choose to film without makeup on a day where I'm having this most fantastical breakout. And I figured that would be good. Hello, welcome. This is my not so monthly ramble where I film my projects that I'm working on, my knitting and my crocheting projects, and talk about my crafty life. I have not filmed in a tremendously long period of time. So yeah, it's been so long that I literally had to remind myself how to turn my own lights on, my box lights that I have. It's been a while. Hello, anyone who is still here after all of this time. Today I kind of wanted to show off a couple of FOs. I have finished a couple of things, and walk you guys through my whips, my works in progress that I have. I have two that have come to mind today. I'm not digging in all of the nooks and crannies of the craft room to make sure I haven't missed anybody. I know I've missed some projects. I was gonna say people. But yeah, just do that. I figure 20 minutes, maybe 25. Excuse me. And then I have 5 patterns that I looked on Ravelry for, that I've kind of selected as my mood board for fall knitting, I guess. I don't know that I'll actually make any of these 5 patterns, but I am kind of looking forward to like a dark, sort of spooky autumn, and that was the vibe that I used to sort of shop and find patterns to make a mood board with, essentially. So that's today's show. If you want to hang out and see what I have, you're welcome, and if not, bye. Firstly, I think we should do FOs. So I'm going to do the boring one first. I say boring, maybe this is exciting to somebody. It's exciting to me. This is it's a triangle shawl. It's a basic triangle shawl. The pattern is free. It is called the Asymmetrical Shawl. I think originally I sourced this pattern from the Hotcakes Yarn website ages and ages ago. And this is probably scarf number 42 that I've made. As you can see behind of me, I have some of my other scarves hung up. One of these days I need to do a project roundup for these asymmetrical scarves because I am a collector. This is my collection, and I have, to date, every single Lion Brand Mandala original color made up into one of these scarves. And I do actually have 2 more cakes that are unknit as of this moment. Three. And then, goddess willing, Mandala will stop making colorways in this line, because all of my others are hung up on the wall sort of as like an interactive art piece, and my husband has asked me to please stop at 44, 46 or whatever we have. So I told him that I can't make any promises, but I do concede that we don't necessarily have the wall space for it. So Lion Brand, I understand you've made a significant amount of money off of me, but I have to ask you to do the right thing and stop. They're not going to stop. My second whip, or I guess FO, is this fun little doodle deck cowl that I have put together with the Cryptid's doodle deck. So I'm in love with this, firstly. And secondly, it's amazing and it's amazingly soft. So the yarn that I've used for this is from Yarn Crawl this year. This year's Yarn Crawl, which I think this is the fastest turnaround I've ever had for yarn that I've purchased like within the same year. So woohoo for me, pat on the back. I used yarn, the brown is from Knit Therapy, I think in Frisco. Yarn Therapy in Frisco, heavens. I know I did an Instagram post about it, so if you're super curious, I'm Crime Scene Knits, Crime Scene _knits on Instagram, and I did a post for every sort of store that I went to. So if you want to know where I got something, you can do that. This yarn, the brown, is from a local sourced alpaca farmer, I am told, and the label that I had but no longer have gave me the name of the alpaca that this came from. I think it was like Wilfred or William or something with a W. The color work is some green mohair held double from my stash, but then the actual yarn is from West 7th Wool, I believe. And it was also a yarn, I don't remember what the brand was, but I held it double, and so just the color work is fuzzy. And I have teeth, those are meant to be teeth down there. We have Loch Ness Monster, the Fresno Nightcrawlers, and you can see right there that I've made a bit of a boo-boo with the pattern. Some of them are very skeptical Nightcrawlers, and then some of them are a bit more incredulous. Oops. Mothman, and I think I made a mistake on one of the Mothmen. I don't know which one, but one of them. And this is funny, you'll find this funny. This is Bigfoot's foot. It's sort of visible. It's meant to be Bigfoot's feet, but I didn't have enough of the brown yarn to complete this, you know, sort of ribbing at the end that I have started. So I had to rip back the other foot. And so now there's just one. This is a one-legged Bigfoot. It is only the left foot, and he just hops around, and that's how he gets to and fro. But, oh, I think it is going to be wonderful in winter, particularly when I'm coming into work and I'm cold and I just want to, like, do this. Yeah, so good stuff. It's basically just going to be a neck scarf, but in my signature colors. And for those of you who are curious and have never seen an episode of mine before ever, my colors are green. So that's it. That's what I've done. That's what I've made. So yay me. Now these can go and live in the closet. I stash all of my finished objects in the craft room in a pile so that I don't forget to talk about them on the internet. I think it's what the Lord has set out for me to do, talk about my crafts on the internet. And so now I can put these away finally. It's been months. I've been, we'll call it bad. I've been bad. I haven't been super productive this past, how many months has it been? 3, 4, something in that ballpark. Anyways, my works in progress. These are my whips. So I have 2. One of them is going to be a gift. So if by some miracle my cousin Jenna is watching, please do not watch now. I'm going to show a gift I'm making for you. She won't find this, I don't think. So my cousin is pregnant with her first beautiful baby, and the theme of the nursery is butterflies. So I took my happy little butt onto Ravelry and I just put butterflies and like baby things, and I found some really, really cute stuff. I have my eye on a butterfly wing cardigan. I have a plushie in mind, and I found, it's not butterfly themed, but it's like it's like a romper, but newborn size. So cute. Anyways, what I'm working on right now is turning into a situation, as my projects very often do. I'm making the butterfly wings, or butterfly kisses, I think, baby blanket. Now, the more observant amongst you will have noticed that this is kind of big for a newborn blanket, and you would be right. See, what had happened was, I had yarn for this, And the yarn that I had for this was worsted, is worsted. Now the yarn that you get gauge with for the pattern is sport weight. But I have been telling myself after my last Ravelry roundup for organizing my stash that the best yarn for any project I want to do is yarn that I already have. And to an extent that is true. The problem I'm now running into is that not only is this fucking ginormous, I'm probably going to need more of this yarn that is discontinued that I bought 4 years ago. And I now have to knit up what I'm assuming is I've measured it out to what it's going to be in order to be blanket shaped. It's going to be large toddler sized, large toddler, big child. I don't know that this child will be particularly big. My cousin's very slim. I'm expecting a tiny baby, who knows? But yeah, this is going to be bigger than anyone expects, and it's going to take longer, and I'm going to have to figure out something for the middle because I'm going to I have 2 skeins that I'm using alternatively now, and that's probably going to get me maybe 14 inches into a length, which is going to need to be at least 36 pre-blocking in order to make sense with the width. So I'm going to have to buy something to go in the middle. I'm going to do another shade of pink. I think there might be another color that goes with this, maybe a yellow. Yellow and pink are popular for baby girls, I believe. I don't know. I'm just kind of, right now, I'm just trying to run down these 2 skeins that I have. I'm at about half where I started, and I'm just at like 8 inches. So 16 inches plus another 16 is 2, so 12 is 30 something. I mean, maybe it'll be close. Maybe I can block it out. I don't know. But originally I had a sweater's quantity of those yarns, those skeins. And in theory, somewhere, I have the other 2 skeins with the yarn information, not in front of me. That would be too smart. If you've never tuned in before or you've forgotten, I am very unprofessional as a rule in my filming. There's too many polished yarn people on the internet, and I think that somebody's got to be out there and represent for the best, the rest of us, not the best, the rest of us. So anyways, that's my project. I'm trying to prioritize that because baby's coming in October. And I know that it's August, but if you're not a knitter, in knitting time, baby's coming like tomorrow. So I need to knit that quickly. My other project that I was working on prior to being told of this impending arrival of the sweet new baby is the Cozy Romance sweater by Essence of Autumn. She is a fantastically talented dyer, yarn dyer, and clothes dyer now too. I think she does t-shirts and things. I bought this kit from her like 700 years ago, and I have had the yarn sat in my stash ever since, and I have been wanting the sweater. I have gone through the stash. I have shamed myself appropriately for all that I had sort of stockpiled up for a rainy, cold day here in the hottest part of Texas. And so I decided this was going to be my next go-to. So I've finished the body. This is a sweater that is worked flat, seamed together using, it's not Kitchener, what is it? 3 needle bind off, which I've never done before, so we'll see how that turns out. I'm expecting catastrophe, but maybe I will learn something. So anyways, here's the body. These 2 colors in the boucle came with the kit. The lighter one is Bee Pollen, and I think this is Autumn and Spring. I'm not sure. I have no idea if she still makes those colors. I don't know if she sells, I don't think she sells kits for this anymore. I don't even know if she sells the pattern anymore. She'd probably find it on Ravelry. But in any event, the body is done. And I'm working on sleeve number 1, and I'm just about finished with sleeve number 1. Allegedly, reportedly, this is going to be enough length to lock into the shoulders and then also come to like here on me. Allegedly, reportedly, I don't know. I have half a mind to attach the one sleeve and see how it like drapes on me before I commit to making up an entire other one. But in any event, that's my sweater progress. I am very, very happy. The colors, one of the reasons why I love Essence of Autumn is because her colors are so rich and very reminiscent of fall, which I think is kind of her jam. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Moody, kind of dark, like a Renaissance painting with Monet. So yeah, I will give you all a sneak peek into what I'm going to do next though. I have yarn from my stash that I bought for absolutely no good reason, and I've decided I'm going to do something with it. Gosh darn it. I'm going to do a cropped sweater. Cropped sweater. So envision this with me, if you will. Body of the crop sweater. Yes, I know these are two different colorways. I understand that. I'm going to alternate them. You won't even be able to tell. This is Chicken Coop's. Chicken Coop Dye Works, okay? Body. Probably going to be cropped just under the bust. I would really like sort of almost a teardrop, like it comes to a point. I have no idea how to do that. I will learn. Then, sleeves. This. With color work, which will be this. In fade format, in case anybody's curious. So this is Miss Babs. Miss Babs is like my diehard, my favorite, my love. I love Miss Babs yarn. This is Petrified Forest in the Estrelita. And just look at that sparkle, man. That is something else. I want to drown in this yarn. And this is the Flora collection from Hugh Loco. Also purchased on a whim forever ago. Like 7,000 years. 700, 800 years. Somewhere in that ballpark. Carbon dating hasn't come back yet, but that's my educated guess. Okay, so that is going to be, and the colors, just like looking at them sat out on my button trunk, which is a trunk that I keep my buttons in, it just makes me happy. It's rich. I really love rich, dark colors with a pop of vibrant sort of green, usually green. So yeah, okay, that is what I'm working on. That is what I'm going to be working on. That is what I have been working on. Lastly, and finally, I have my pattern things, my chosen patterns to set the mood for fall. We're going to hold a good thought and say that I'm going to start at least one of these in the near future. We're going to hold a good thought. We're not going to do anything with the good thought. We're going to hold it. First on my list is the waffle loop sweater, and I think I have fixed how to put pictures up in my video, I think. So I'm going to try. If not, just imagine it or go on to Ravelry. But the waffle loop sweater by Other Loops of another name perhaps, really, really cute. It's textured. It's like this really, really textured, you know, sort of tactile sweater, I think, looking at it. So it'll maybe the photo will come up. Next, painter. I found this intriguing. Normally I'm not super interested in like goofy clown-esque collars on my knits. And from behind, which is the first photo that they have up on Ravelry, this kind of looks like a little sailor boy outfit. But the front is just a V-neck, and it's almost like a hood, but it's flat. I don't hate it. Jury's still out on whether or not I love it. I'm just intrigued by it, I think. The designer is, oh, here we go, Kaori Katsurada. My apologies if I pronounced that wrong. Okay. Number 3 is Wild Rose by D. Hardwick. This looks like it will involve either intarsia or, not needle felting, embroidery. I am not opposed to embroidery if it's on a knit. I don't know that I would embroider just like for the hell of it, like on a sampler. But if I was gonna potentially ruin a hand knit, man, you got me. I am signed up. This is really, really pretty. It has that dark, I'm thinking like Briar Rose sort of a vibe, like dark fairy tale, into the woods almost. I like it. I'm intrigued. Next one, and I'm gonna just mispronounce the name here. It's Lacrame Sweater by James N. Watts. I think he's the guy that wrote the Look at My Holes pattern. Also an interesting sweater. I'll be real, what firstly got me interested in this is the color that was chosen for the sample. It's this really, really beautiful, like a muted aqua color. And it looks to be entirely made up of mohair. So this is an interesting layering piece. And I've sort of gotten into layering pieces. Again, very usefully in the hottest part of Texas and the hottest part of the year. I know. Next, moth cap. And there's an honorable mention for this designer. It is not released yet. I am salivating. But this moth cap is by Leafhopper Knits. It looks like it's a bucket hat with butterflies on it, or moths rather. Beautiful, fun, simple, autumnal. I like it. Now the other thing that Leafhopper Knits is making that I am dying. When I tell you dying to knit, like I need the test knitters to be done yesterday. She is making a pitcher plant sweater. Not just any pitcher plant sweater. It has the pitcher plants as the color work, but it also has these beautiful like bell sleeves, and the front comes to a point, and it's sort of, it looks like the lip of an actual pitcher plant. Say that 5 times fast. And I love carnivorous plants. Like I love them. I am obsessed with them. And I need it. I need that sweater. I need that sweater in probably those colors that she's doing for the sample. And I have to have it. I have to. So the minute that pattern drops, I'm buying it. And I'm hopefully going to have yarn ready to go. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, so there's that. Last pattern that kind of sets the mood for my spooky autumn is the Dark Woods Scarf by Monstra and Mirabilia. This is just really, really cool. It looks like it's double knit, and it's got Baba Yaga's chicken hut, firstly, which is like my retirement plan. I want to be Baba Yaga and be in the woods. It's got, looks like a kelpie, looks like a werewolf, a witch, some sort of water spirit. Yeah, I don't know what all. And the moon. Ugh, it's so pretty. There's so much detail. Also, I need this. This is a must for me. It's a necessity. I have to have it. I have to. So anyways, that's it. How much time did that take? 21 minutes. Perfect. I'm right on time. So that's it. That's my little show. I hope you found me mildly diverting. And I will see you whenever I choose next to make an appearance on the internet. So keep your eyes peeled, and yeah, we'll see ya. All right, bye.